hear that, Mom? I'm cool as fuck. Look at you. You made it. Welcome to the first episode of Asking for a Friend with J.Cyrus. I am your host, J.Cyrus, and today I'm going to be answering questions that most of you guys gave me from Snapchat. That's kind of where I wanted to test out the questions from, but a lot of you tweeted them as well, which is great. So I've kind of handpicked a couple of those. There was a lot of questions, and I got to tell you, you guys are some sick fucking people. Part of me loves it. Part of me is very, very afraid of you. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time. Here's the juice. Our first question is from Princess Autumn. How do you deal with stress that pertains to change in your life? There's a lot of things you got to know about change. Ultimately, change is going to make or break a situation. It could be good for you in a sense that in the moment, it's better. It's an upgrade. It could also be bad for you in a sense that, it's a downgrade and things are awful. But no matter what it is, you'll learn from it and become a better person. Wow, look at this. I'm already becoming a family-friendly YouTube channel that people can come and get advice from. What a great time to start posting YouTube videos again. Let's get into something a little sillier so people don't think that I'm just on here trying to be the next Dr. Phil. Adam Smith says, how many times can you shake your penis after you pee before it's called playing with yourself? Asking for a friend. Well, I personally like to give it a good 3 shakes before I put it back in the holster. The holster being my underwear. I don't have some kind of device that I put my penis in when I'm done peeing. You're sick. Don't think about that kind of stuff. You know what, Adam? Shake it until your heart is content, because as long as you're not shaking it enough to climax, it's not technically playing with yourself. So go ahead, give it a little shake. Shake it once for me. That's weird. Don't do that. @_Peasy says, how do I deal with everlasting loneliness? Asking for a friend. This is another one of those answers where I'd probably say cartoons and video games, but I'll try to be a little bit more intricate. I guess you gotta find a cool person within yourself to hang out with if you can't find cool people that want to hang out with you. For instance, one time I was in my college library and I was studying for a test, and I overheard a group of girls talking about how terrible their boyfriends were. And there was one girl in particular who was like super gorgeous, and she was talking about how her boyfriend was horrible, and she was like, I'm the one that has to put up with this, and I'm the one that has to look pretty for him, and I'm the one that has... I simply walked up to her, smooth as can be, and I was like, look, you don't have to do anything. And I handed her a piece of paper with my number on it. And she never called me or texted me. But the point of the story is that in that moment, I thought I was such a cool person that I was like, man, I want to hang out with him. Challenge yourself. Go out, do something cool enough to where you're like, you know what? I got this. I don't need friends. Mom? So the next question is anonymous. What are the signs of being in the friend zone? Anonymous, please. Your secret is safe with me, Jonathan. That's a great question. So usually, if you don't get the vibe that this person would kiss you back if you went in for the lip lock, you're probably in the friend zone. Does this person maybe talk about other people and how attractive they are around you without really caring about your feelings or giving a fuck about how it makes you feel? Have you ever been told by this person that you're like a brother-sister type? Really, what you should do is just walk up to that person and say, hey, can I level with you for a minute? Before I get more emotionally invested in the wrong path on what this is, I gotta know what this is. So are me and you like gonna happen, or are we just kind of friends? They'll either be like, no, we're just friends. Or they'll be like, wow, that was really crazy how they articulated that, and now I'm definitely attracted to them, and we should be more than friends. Or they're gonna be like, I'm so glad somebody finally said something. Yes, let's be together. And then like a movie kiss, and then you guys are like happily ever after, I guess. This girl just asked us, swiping right on every guy on Tinder make me a slut? Just asking for a friend. I don't think it makes you a slut. I just think it means you're nice and open-minded. It's girls like you that kept me on the app for so long, honestly. Thank you. I would like to remain anonymous, but I'm deeply in love with a girl that has been in my life for 5 years. Every summer we fall for each other, but every time I ask her out, she says, there's something I just can't love about you. I've done everything to change, but still, I don't know what it is. Please help. I'm asking for a friend. If she's literally saying the words, there's something I can't love about you, I think that says enough about her to where you just found something that you can't love about her. I personally would probably back off and let her live without those things that she can love about you. That way, if she loves those things so much, she can overlook that one thing and maybe you guys might end up together. I don't know. By the way, what is it that she doesn't love about you? Do you have weird toes? I've actually seen girls dump guys for that. Not me. Not me. My toes are great. Moving on. Lauren Love You says, how do you politely tell someone you want them naked on top of you, asking for a friend? I don't know, Lauren. That's pretty blunt. Maybe just walk up to him and say, hey, you're hot, I'm hot. Let's hop on the good foot and do the bad thing. Maybe just give it a go, Lauren. Let them know that you want to get down and see if they're up for it. I don't know. Seems pretty logical to me. Asking for a friend. Yes, you can use my username, and I don't have a Twitter. Well, thanks for clarifying. How do I convince my boyfriend to be more affectionate without seeming demanding? Even if it's just holding my hand in public, which he won't do. You know, Britt, some people just weren't held as a child and don't understand the significance of affection. I get it. Or you smell terrible and he doesn't want to vomit. But you seem like a nice and smart person, so I'm guessing it's the first thing. Don't read into it too much, okay? Maybe if it's something that bothers you so much, you should have a conversation with him and say, hey, sometimes I don't really feel loved by you. And this is why. If his response is, well, I don't fucking love you, then you know you gotta get out of there. But if he wants to make a change and starts grabbing that hand in public and skipping through the flowers with you, then you know that you're meant to be, right? Okay. The tall dude 41 asks, what do I do about random boners in class? Asking for a friend. Sure you are. Well, I would grab a book or a binder and just beat the hell out of that thing until it goes soft. Or I would just cover it up with one of those things until the bell rings. I mean, come on. You're young. You get boners. We all get them. I've got one right now. I don't. How can I tell if a guy actually likes me or is just trying to have sex with me? Just asking for a friend. You should just slide it into conversation like, I don't really have sex with people until I'm convinced that they like me. And if he's up for the task, then he will convince you. All right, Sticks37 says, what do you do when you finally meet someone for the first time and they turn out not to be what you expect? How does that conversation go? Asking for a friend. Oh boy, Sticks, have I been there. Ghost them. Don't say another word. That's what I did. But that's unhealthy, so let's tell you what you really should do. You should probably say this. Look, it was great getting to know you. Unfortunately, upon progression, I have realized that I'm not really into the person you are romantically. Hopefully, we can still be friends. If you even want to be friends. Maybe just end it at romantically and walk away if you don't want to be friends. Ouch. That fucking hurt just thinking about it. Yo, what do you do when you've successfully had 2 boyfriends for 6 months without any troubles, but now they both want to get a place with you, but you don't really want to move out of your mom's? You just want to keep getting double the free food. Asking for a friend. Which one does the dishes and cooks? Am I right? Wrong. I was kidding. Having 2 boyfriends is your mistake, and you have to live with it and find out the hard way. My advice is, tell the one that you like most about your situation, and if he's cool with it and he wants to stay, drop the other one and consider yourself lucky. And if he's not cool with it, well, you still got the other guy, but you should probably tell him too. Alright guys, that about wraps it up for this episode of Asking for a Friend with J.Cyrus. Tune in next week where I will be answering more of these questions. I've got a lot of questions to answer. Also, I'll be including my Snapchat in the description. You guys can tweet me or snap me questions. Whoa, what is going on with my hands? This was fun, and I'll see you next week.